Universal Studios presents the beautiful Qur'an, Expressions of Adoration, Holy Qur'an 30-day reading. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Part 10, Ayah 41, verse 41. And know that whatever you acquire in war, a fifth of it is for Allah and for the messenger and for the near of kin, and the orphans and the needy and the wayfarer, if you believe in Allah and in that which we revealed to our servant on the day of discrimination, the day on which the two parties met. And Allah is possessor of power over all things. When you were on the nearer side of the valley, and they were on the farther side, while the caravan was in a lower place than you, and if you had tried to make a mutual appointment, you would certainly have broken away from the appointment, but in order that Allah might bring about a matter which had to be done, that he who perished by clear argument might perish, and he who lived by clear argument might live. And surely Allah is hearing, knowing. When Allah showed them to thee in thy dream as few, and if he had shown them to thee as many, you would certainly have become weak-hearted, and you would have disputed about the matter. But Allah saved you. Surely he is knower of what is in the breasts. And when he showed them to you, when you met as few in your eyes, and he made you to appear few in their eyes, in order that Allah might bring about a matter which had to be done, and to Allah are all affairs returned. Section 6. Success does not depend on numbers. Ayah 45, verse 45. O you who believe, when you meet an army, be firm, and remember Allah much, that you may be successful. And obey Allah and His Messenger, and dispute not with another, lest you get weak-hearted and your power depart, and be steadfast. Surely Allah is with the steadfast. And be not like those who came forth from their homes exultingly, and to be seen of men, and they hinder people from the way of Allah, and Allah encompasses what they do. And when the devil made their works fair seeming to them, and said, None among men can overcome you this day, and I am your protector. But when the two armies came in sight of one another, he turned upon his heels and said, Surely I am clear of you. I see what you see not. Surely I fear Allah. And Allah is severe in requiting. Section 7. Enemies' strength weakened. Ayah 49, verse 49. And when the hypocrites and those in whose hearts is a disease said, Their religion has deluded them, and whoever trusts in Allah, then surely Allah is mighty, wise. And if thou couldst see when the angels caused to die those who disbelieve, smiting their faces and their backs, and saying, Taste the punishment of burning. This is for that which your own hands have sent on before, and because Allah is not in the least unjust to the servants. In the manner of the people of Pharaoh and those before them, they disbelieved in Allah's messages, so Allah punished them for their sins. Surely Allah is strong, severe in requiting. This is because Allah never changes a favor which He has conferred upon a people until they change their own condition, and because Allah is hearing, knowing. In the manner of the people of Pharaoh and those before them, they rejected the messages of their Lord, so we destroyed them for their sins, and we drowned Pharaoh's people, and they were all wrongdoers. Surely the vilest of beasts in Allah's sight are those who disbelieve. Then they would not believe. Those with whom thou makest an agreement, then they break their agreement every time, and they keep not their duty. So if thou overtake them in war, scatter by them those who are behind them, that they may be mindful. And if thou fear treachery on the part of a people, throw back to them their treaty on terms of equality. Surely Allah loves not the treacherous. Section 8. Peace to be secured by strength. Ayah 59, verse 59. And let not those who disbelieve think that they can outstrip us. Surely they cannot escape. And make ready for them whatever force you can, and horses tied at the frontier, to frighten thereby the enemy of Allah, and your enemy, and others besides them whom you know not. Allah knows them. And whatever you spend in Allah's way, it will be paid back to you fully, and you will not be wronged. And if they incline to peace, incline thou also to it, and trust in Allah. Surely He is the hearer, the knower. And if they intend to deceive thee, then surely Allah is sufficient for thee. He it is who strengthened thee with His help, and with the believers, and He has united their hearts. If thou hadst spent all that is in the earth, thou couldst not have united their hearts, but Allah united them. Surely He is mighty, wise. O Prophet, Allah is sufficient for thee and those who follow thee of the believers. Section 9. Muslims to meet overwhelming numbers. Ayah 65, verse 65. O prophets, urge the believers to fight. If there be of you 20 steadfast, they shall overcome 200. And if there be of you 100, they shall overcome 1,000 of those who disbelieve, because they are a people who do not understand. Now Allah has lightened your burden, and He knows that there is weakness in you. So, if there be of you 100 steadfast, they shall overcome 200. And if there be of you 1,000, they shall overcome 2,000 by Allah's permission. And Allah is with the steadfast. It is not fit for a prophet to take captives unless he has fought and triumphed in the land. You desire the frail goods of this world, while Allah desires for you the hereafter. And Allah is mighty, wise. Were it not for an ordinance from Allah that had gone before, surely there would have befallen you a great chastisement for what you were going to do. Eat then of the lawful and good things which you have acquired in war, and keep your duty to Allah. Surely Allah is forgiving, merciful. Section 10. Relations of Muslim state with others. Ayah 70, verse 70. O Prophet, say to those of the captives who are in your hands, if Allah knows anything good in your hearts, He will give you better than that which has been taken from you, and will forgive you. And Allah is forgiving, merciful. And if they intend to be treacherous to thee, so indeed they have been treacherous to Allah before, but He gave you mastery over them, and Allah is knowing, wise. Surely those who believed and fled their homes and struggled hard in Allah's way with their wealth and their lives, and those who gave shelter and helped, these are friends one of another. And those who believed and did not flee, you are not responsible for their protection until they flee. And if they seek help from you in the matter of religion, it is your duty to help them, except against a people between whom and you there is a treaty. And Allah is seer of what you do. And those who disbelieve are friends one of another. If you do it not, there will be persecution in the land and great mischief. And those who believed and fled and struggled hard in Allah's way, and those who gave shelter and helped, these are the believers truly. For them is forgiveness and an honorable provision. And those who believed afterwards and fled and struggled hard along with you, they are of you. And the relatives are nearer one to another in the ordinance of Allah. Surely Allah is knower of all things. Surah 9, Chapter 9, Al-Bara'at, the Immunity. Section 1, Declaration of Immunity. A declaration of immunity from Allah and His Messenger to those of the idolaters with whom you made an agreement. So go about in the land for 4 months and know that you cannot escape Allah, and that Allah will disgrace the disbelievers. And an announcement from Allah and His Messenger to the people on the day of the greater pilgrimage, that Allah is free from liability to the idolaters, and so is His Messenger. So if you repent, it will be better for you, And if you turn away, then know that you will not escape Allah. And announce painful chastisement to those who disbelieve, except those of the idolaters with whom you made an agreement. Then they have not failed you in anything and have not backed up anyone against you. So fulfill their agreement to the end of their term. Surely Allah loves those who keep their duty. So when the sacred months have passed, slay the idolaters wherever you find them, and take them captive and besiege them and lie in wait for them in every ambush. But if they repent and keep up prayer and pay the poor rate, leave their way free. Surely Allah is forgiving, merciful. And if any one of the idolaters seek thy protection, protect him till he hears the word of Allah, then convey him to his place of safety. This is because they are a people who know not. Section 2. Reasons for the immunity. Ayah 7, verse 7. How can there be an agreement for the idolaters with Allah and with His Messenger except those with whom you made an agreement at the sacred mosque? So as long as they are true to you, be true to them. Surely Allah loves those who keep their duty. How can it be? And if they prevail against you, they respect neither ties of relationship nor covenant in your case. They would please you with their mouths, while their hearts refuse, and most of them are transgressors. They have taken a small price for the messages of Allah, so they hinder men from His way. Surely evil is that which they do. They respect neither ties of relationship nor covenant in the case of a believer, and these are they who go beyond the limits. But if they repent and keep up prayer and pay the poor rate, they are your brethren in faith, and we make the messages clear for a people who know. And if they break their oaths after their agreement and revile your religion, then fight the leaders of disbelief. Surely their oaths are nothing, so that they may desist. Will you not fight a people who broke their oaths and aimed at the expulsion of the messenger, and they attacked you first? Do you fear them? But Allah has more right that you should fear Him if you are believers. Fight them. Allah will chastise them at your hands and bring them to disgrace and assist you against them and relieve the hearts of a believing people and remove the rage of their hearts. And Allah turns mercifully to whom He pleases, and Allah is knowing, wise. Do you think that you would be left alone while Allah has not yet known those of you who struggle hard and take not anyone as an intimate friend besides Allah and His Messenger and the believers? And Allah is aware of what you do. Section 3. Idolaters' service of the sacred house. Ayah 17, verse 17. The idolaters have no right to maintain the mosques of Allah while bearing witness to disbelief against themselves. These it is whose works are vain, and in the fire they will abide. Only he can maintain the mosques of Allah who believes in Allah on the last day and keeps up prayer and pays the poor rate and fears none but Allah. So these it is who may be of the guided ones. Do you hold the giving of drink to the pilgrims and the maintenance of the sacred mosque equal to the service of one who believes in Allah and the last day and strives hard in Allah's way? They are not equal in the sight of Allah, and Allah guides not the iniquitous people. Those who believed and fled their homes and strove hard in Allah's way with their wealth and their lives are much higher in rank with Allah, and it is these that shall triumph. Their Lord gives them good news of mercy and pleasure from Himself, and gardens wherein lasting blessings will be theirs, abiding therein forever. Surely Allah has a mighty reward with Him. O you who believe, take not your fathers and your brothers for friends if they love disbelief above faith, and whoever of them takes them for friends, such are the wrongdoers. Say, If your fathers and your sons and your brethren and your wives and your kinsfolk and the wealth you have acquired and trade whose dullness you fear and dwellings you love are dearer to you than Allah and His Messenger and striving in His way, then wait till Allah brings His command to pass. And Allah guides not the transgressing people. Section 4. Islam made triumphant in Arabia. Ayah 25, verse 25. Certainly, Allah helped you in many battlefields, and on the day of Hunain, when your great numbers made you proud, but they availed you nothing, and the earth with all its spaciousness was straightened for you, then you turned back, retreating. Then Allah sent down His calm upon His messenger and upon the believers, and sent hosts which you saw not, and chastised those who disbelieved. And such is the reward of the disbelievers. Then will Allah after this turn mercifully to whom He pleases, and Allah is forgiving, merciful. O you who believe, the idolaters are surely unclean. So they shall not approach the sacred mosque after this year of theirs. And if you fear poverty, then Allah will enrich you out of His grace, if He please. Surely Allah is knowing, wise. Fight those who believe not in Allah, nor in the last day, nor forbid that which Allah and His Messenger have forbidden, nor follow the religion of truth out of those who have been given the book until they pay the tax in acknowledgement of superiority, and they are in a state of subjection. Section 5. Islam will triumph in the world. Ayah 30, verse 30. And the Jews say, Ezra is the son of Allah, and the Christians say, the Messiah is the son of Allah. These are the words of their mouths. They imitate the saying of those who disbelieved before. Allah's curse be on them, how they are turned away. They take their doctors of law and their monks for lords besides Allah, and also the Messiah, son of Mary. And they were enjoined that they should serve one God only. There is no God but He. Be He glorified from what they set up with Him. They desire to put out the light of Allah with their mouths, and Allah will allow nothing save the perfection of His light, though the disbelievers are averse. He it is who has sent His messenger with the guidance and the religion of truth, that He may make it prevail over all religions, though the polytheists are averse. O you who believe, surely many of the doctors of law and the monks eat away the property of men falsely and hinder them from Allah's way. And those who hoard up gold and silver and spend it not in Allah's way, announce to them a painful chastisement on the day when it will be heated in the fire of hell. Then their foreheads and their sides and their backs will be branded with it. This is what you hoarded up for yourselves, so taste what you used to hoard. Surely the number of months with Allah is 12 months by Allah's ordinance, since the day when He created the heavens and the earth. Of these 4 are sacred. That is the right religion. So wrong not yourselves therein, and fight the polytheists altogether, as they fight you altogether, and know that Allah is with those who keep their duty. Postponing of the sacred month is only an addition in disbelief. Thereby those who disbelieve are led astray. They allow it 1 year and forbid it another year, that they may agree in the number of months which Allah has made sacred, and thus make lawful what Allah has forbidden. The evil of their doings is made fair seeming to them, and Allah guides not the disbelieving people. Section 6. The Tabuk Expedition. Ayah 38, verse 38. O you who believe, what excuse have you that when it is said to you, go forth in Allah's way, you should incline heavily to earth? Are you contented with this world's life instead of the hereafter? The provision of this world's life is but little as compared with the hereafter. If you go not forth, he will chastise you with a painful chastisement and bring in your place a people other than you, and you can do him no harm. And Allah is possessor of power over all things. If you help him not, Allah certainly helped him when those who disbelieved expelled him, he being the second of the two when they were both in the cave, when he said to his companion, "Grieve not, surely Allah is with us." So Allah sent down his tranquility on him and strengthened him with hosts which you saw not, and made lowest the word of those who disbelieved. And the word of Allah, that is the uppermost, and Allah is mighty, wise. Go forth light and heavy and strive hard in Allah's way with your wealth and your lives. This is better for you if you know. Had it been a near gain and a short journey, they would certainly have followed thee, but the hard journey was too long for them. And they will swear by Allah, if we had been able, we would have gone forth with you. They caused their own souls to perish, and Allah knows that they are liars. Section 7, the hypocrites, Ayah 43, verse 43. Allah pardon thee. Why didst thou permit them until those who spoke the truth had become manifest to thee, and thou hadst known the liars? Those who believe in Allah on the last day ask not leave of thee to stay away from striving hard with their wealth and their persons, and Allah is knower of those who keep their duty. They alone ask leave of thee who believe not in Allah and the last day, and their hearts are in doubt, so in their doubt they waver. And if they had intended to go forth, they would certainly have provided equipment for it, but Allah did not like their going forth, so he withheld them, and it was said, hold back with those who hold back. Had they gone forth with you, they would have added to you naught but trouble, and would have hurried to and fro among you, seeking to sow dissension among you. And among you there are those who would listen to them, and Allah well knows the wrongdoers. Certainly, they sought to sow dissension before, and they devised plots against thee, till the truth came, and Allah's command prevailed, though they did not like it. And among them is he who says, excuse me, and try me not. Surely, into trial have they already fallen, and truly hell encompasses the disbelievers. If good befalls thee, it grieves them. And if hardship afflicts thee, they say, indeed, we had taken care of our affair before. And they turn away rejoicing. Say, nothing will afflict us save that which Allah has ordained for us. He is our patron, and on Allah let the believers rely. Say, do you await for us but one of two most excellent things? And we await for you that Allah will afflict you with chastisement from himself, or by our hands. So wait. We too are waiting with you. Say, spend willingly or unwillingly, it will not be accepted from you. Surely you are a transgressing people, and nothing hinders their contributions being accepted from them except that they disbelieve in Allah and in his messenger, and they come not to prayer except as lazy people, and they spend not but while they are reluctant. Let not then their wealth nor their children excite thine admiration. Allah only wishes to chastise them therewith in this world's life, and that their souls may depart while they are disbelievers. And they swear by Allah that they are truly of you, and they are not of you. But they are a people who are afraid. If they could find a refuge or caves or a place to enter, they would certainly have turned thereto, running away in all haste. And of them are those who blame thee in the matter of the alms. So if they are given thereof, they are pleased, and if they are not given thereof, lo, they are enraged. And if they were content with that which Allah and His Messenger gave them, and had said, Allah is sufficient for us, Allah will soon give us more out of His grace and His Messenger too. Surely, to Allah we make petition. Section 8, the hypocrites. Ayah 60, verse 60. Zakat, charity, is only for the poor and the needy and those employed to administer it, and those whose hearts are made to incline to truth and to free the captives, and those in debt, and in the way of Allah, and for the wayfarer, an ordinance from Allah, and Allah is knowing, wise. And of them are those who molest the Prophet and say, He is all air. Say, a hearer of good for you. He believes in Allah and believes the faithful, and is a mercy for those of you who believe. And those who molest the Prophet of Allah, for them is a painful chastisement. They swear by Allah to you to please you, and Allah, as well as His Messenger, has a greater right that they should please Him if they are believers. Know they not that whoever opposes Allah and His Messenger, for him is the fire of hell to abide in it? That is the grievous abasement. The hypocrites fear lest a chapter should be sent down concerning them, telling them plainly of what is in their hearts. Say, go on mocking. Surely Allah will bring to light what you fear. And if thou ask them, they would certainly say, we were only talking idly and sporting. Say, was it Allah and His messages and His messenger that you mocked? Make no excuse. You disbelieved after your believing. If we pardon a party of you, we shall chastise a party, because they are guilty. Section 9, the hypocrites. Ayah 67, verse 67. The hypocrites, men and women, are all alike. They enjoin evil and forbid good and withhold their hands. They have forsaken Allah, so He has forsaken them. Surely the hypocrites are the transgressors. Allah promises the hypocrites, men and women, and the disbelievers, the fire of hell to abide therein. It is enough for them, and Allah curses them, and for them is a lasting chastisement. Like those before you, they were stronger than you in power and had more wealth and children, so they enjoyed their portion. Thus have you enjoyed your portion, as those before you enjoyed their portion, and you indulge in idle talk, as they did. These are they whose works are null in this world and the hereafter, and these are they who are the losers. Has not the story reached them of those before them, of the people of Noah and Ad and Thamud, and the people of Abraham and the dwellers of Midian and the overthrown cities? Their messengers came to them with clear arguments. So Allah wronged them not, but they wronged themselves. And the believers, men and women, are friends one of another. They enjoin good and forbid evil, and keep up prayer and pay the poor rate, and obey Allah and His Messenger. As for these, Allah will have mercy on them. Surely Allah is mighty, wise. Allah has promised to the believers, men and women, gardens wherein flow rivers to abide therein, and goodly dwellings and gardens of perpetual abode. And greatest of all is Allah's goodly pleasure. That is the grand achievement. Section 10, the hypocrites. Ayah 73, verse 73. O Prophet, strive hard against the disbelievers and the hypocrites, and be firm against them. And their abode is hell, and evil is the destination. They swear by Allah that they said nothing, and certainly they did speak the word of disbelief and disbelieved after their Islam, and they proposed that which they could not attain. And they sought revenge only because Allah, as well as His Messenger, had enriched them out of His grace. So if they repent, it will be good for them. And if they turn away, Allah will chastise them with a painful chastisement in this world and the hereafter. And they shall have in the earth neither a friend nor a helper. And of them are those who made a covenant with Allah. If He give us out of His grace, we will certainly give alms and be of the righteous. But when He gave them out of His grace, they became niggardly of it, and they turned away, and they are averse. So He requited them with hypocrisy in their hearts till the day when they meet Him, because they broke their promise with Allah, and because they lied. Know they not that Allah knows their hidden thoughts and their secret counsels, and that Allah is the great knower of the unseen things? Those who taunt the free givers of alms among the believers, as well as those who cannot find anything to give, but with their hard labor they scoff at them. Allah will pay them back their mockery, and for them it's a painful chastisement. Ask forgiveness for them, or ask not forgiveness for them. Even if thou ask forgiveness for them 70 times, Allah will not forgive them. This is because they disbelieve in Allah and His messenger, and Allah guides not the transgressing people. Section 11, the hypocrites. Verse 81, Ayah 81. Those who were left behind were glad on account of their sitting behind Allah's messenger, and they were averse to striving in Allah's way with their property and their persons, and said, Go not forth in the heat. Say, the fire of hell is fiercer in heat. If only they could understand. Then let them laugh a little and weep much, a recompense for what they earned. So if Allah bring thee back to a party of them, then they ask thy permission to go forth. Say, Never shall you go forth with me, and never shall you fight an enemy with me. You chose to sit at home the first time, so sit now with those who remain behind. And never offer prayer for any one of them who dies, nor stand by his grave. Surely they disbelieved in Allah and His messenger, and they died in transgression. And let not their wealth and their children excite thy admiration. Allah only intends to chastise them thereby in this world, and that their souls may depart while they are disbelievers. And when a chapter is revealed saying, Believe in Allah and strive hard along with His messenger, the wealthy among them ask permission of thee and say, Leave us behind, that we may be with those who sit at home. They prefer to be with those who remain behind, and their hearts are sealed, so they understand not. But the messenger and those who believe with him strive hard with their property and their persons. And these it is for whom are the good things, and these it is who are successful. Allah has prepared for them gardens wherein flow rivers to abide therein. That is the great achievement. Section 12. The hypocrites. Ayah 90. Verse 90. And the defaulters from among the dwellers of the desert came that permission might be given to them, and they sat at home, who lied to Allah and His messenger. A painful chastisement will afflict those of them who disbelieve. No blame lies on the weak, nor on the sick, nor on those who can find nothing to spend if they are sincere to Allah and His messenger. There is no way to blame against the doers of good, and Allah is forgiving, merciful, nor on those to whom when they came to thee that thou shouldst mount them, thou didst say, I cannot find that on which to mount you. They went back while their eyes overflowed with tears of grief that they could not find aught to spend. The way to blame is only against those who ask permission of thee, though they are rich, They have chosen to be with those who remained behind, and Allah has sealed their hearts, so they know not.